if you have a project while studying and you don't get your credits from your studies because you are doing your projects, actually the government can, or the Kela can say that, okay, you haven't got so many credits, we can't pay you. That's the, and you are still doing your project. So, the money doesn't flow if you doesn't do the studies that much. So there is you need to find the balance between your studies and how much you do your projects. And if you do your projects too much and not your studies, the government doesn't pay you the money for your studies. So that's kind of a problem when people think that, okay, should I do this project and take the risk, or should I just study? So there should be some kind of encouragement at this point, that if you have a project that while you're studying, actually you could prove that somehow to the Kela people and still have this money for your studies. And maybe this could be the thing for the university, that you could actually get the credits from your projects, and when you get the credits from your projects, you can get the money from Kela for your studies.
Okay, thank you very much, Juho. That was Juho Mäkinen with his ideas about what can be done better in startup ecosystem of Finland, I guess. And let's continue collaboration. And on behalf of Tribecast, thank you, Juho, for organizing after work in Tribe. Now I know whose beer I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much.
We have one more guest this week, and before I start doing the regular questioning part, I would like to say that we're starting a small sub-series, so to put it, where I will try to interview all the 5 startups of Tampere who had made it to the Arctic 15 this year. And of course, we will cheer for them separately somewhere behind the microphone. But anyways, today we're having Tukko. Hi, Tukko.
Hello.
And tell our listeners a few things about yourself so we could keep intrigue a bit longer.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for having me here. Few things. I studied entrepreneurship and team leadership at Pro Akatemia at Tampere University of Applied Sciences. I've been entrepreneur since 2013, pretty much. So I've gone some ways already, considering my short age so far. But it's going to be interesting to see where we end up with this stuff.
As I have mentioned before, your startup has made it to Arctic 15's list.
Mm-hmm.
We can call it. You're one of the potential winners of Arctic 15 of this year.
Yeah.
Is it your first time in Arctic 15?
Personally, yes. Yeah, we have 2 other guys from my team have been to the Arctic 15 last year, but this is the first time for me personally.
Okay, tell a few things about your startup. What do you guys do? How many people you have in your team?
Mm-hmm. So the startup is called Fabric AI. So what we do is we automate accounting with artificial intelligence. Basically, we are a 4-people team at the moment, and we're looking to raise 250,000 euros to speed up the development process and to conquer the market, so to say.
According to Arctic 15's webpage, which I checked earlier today, I will quote, "The startup is automating accounting process with the help of artificial intelligence." Basically 2 questions.
Cool.
Well, first of all, how does it work? And secondly, does it mean that soon artificial intelligence will push human accountant out of the market?
Okay. To answer the first question, it's a multifaceted question, so to say. So the problem we're tackling at first is the issue of purchase invoices and how to automate that process. Because we have a little bit over 11,000 accountants in Finland, and over 57% of those accountants still do the accounting work fully manually, which is kind of insane by thinking about the fact that Finland is one of the world's most advanced accounting industries, and we have over half of the people doing the work wholly manually. One of the most time-consuming parts in accountants' work is purchase invoices, and that's something that is easily made automated with the use of artificial intelligence. So that's the first issue what we're tackling now. Mm-hmm. And what this basically means is that we take data from a accounting software, we digest it with the use of artificial intelligence, and then push it back into it. So we save a bunch of time and resources from the accountant's work.
But there will be still place for human in this market.
Yes, definitely, yeah. So that's the second question. And to that, the answer is that the artificial doesn't work alone. And it's actually this term called intelligence augmentation, which is really good, which means that there still has to be a person to check what the artificial intelligence has done. And that's also with our platform, that we have a software as a service platform which does this work, and then the accountant oversees what the artificial intelligence has done and then accepts it. So besides doing the manual work of putting in the numbers and the right account numbers and all that stuff, the artificial intelligence does that, and everything the accounting has to do is just skim through the accounts which have been already made automatically and press correct, or if there's something that needs to be changed, they can do it in the platform.
As far as I understood, you're not in the startup from the very, very beginning, but probably you know how the idea began and how it all started.
Yeah. So this idea came pretty much from two of our friends' previous companies, so to say, when they've been working with this artificial intelligence for a little bit over 2 years now. And there was this, from one customer actually raised this question and this problem, that if they could use their previous version of the artificial intelligence to solve this problem. And that's when they started to tinker around with the idea, and then that's where it really kicked off from, because it is a huge pain in the market at the moment.
Since you said at the moment, I cannot drop this question. What do you generally think of the startup ecosystem of Tampere in the moment?
This is my personal idea. I think there's a lot of buzz and hype going around with the startup ecosystem in Finland, and to me it worries me if people are putting that much focus into the actual business and focusing real life problems than what they're putting effort to all the social gatherings and all that stuff. So there's a lot of buzz happening, but it's really hard. At least this is something that I personally struggle with, is to focus my time and what I have resources and energy for, because we all have 24 hours in a day and we have to use it somehow. And to me it seems that there's a lot of different events and a lot of different offerings, and it's really crucial for people who are in startups and doing the startup work to have as much focus on their business as possible and on their customers, and creating a viable product that actually can sustain itself.
What is your exactly position or task in the startup, if I may ask?
Yeah, the title probably goes product development specialist or marketing specialist or something like that, but mainly I do sales, marketing, development of the product, and it's a 4-person team, so we have to jump on each other's area, so to say, and fill in with a bunch of different slots.
How many of your coders?
Currently we have one full-time CTO developer who has created the artificial intelligence, who's just a brilliant genius guy.
Okay, so he's working and you're selling it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. And do you cooperate in any sense with any startup platforms which we have here in Tampere?
Not that much anymore. Actually, all of us are individually alumni from New Factory, but we've been to a few events of the Tribe, and we attended the, World Championship, the pitching competition.
Startup World Cup, I assume.
Exactly, yeah, thank you. We attended that one. To say we put a lot of emphasis on the business and tried to attend only the necessary events, so to say.
So you don't believe in networking?
I wouldn't say that. It's something I believe in networking 100%, but what I'm trying to say with this is I've personally made the mistake before that I put more emphasis on the networking side and not that much on the customer side and what the actual solution and problem is. And that's partly because probably to me it's easy to network. It's something that comes really naturally, but it's really hard to tackle the most urgent issues and problems with the business. It's something that requires usually much more risk-taking and effort and emphasis than the networking side, personally. So I'm 100% for networking. I believe that it is really important, but I think that it's important to have a clear focus and reason on why to do it and how much and all that stuff.
And in your opinion, what is the key to success for a startup?
There's a lot of different buzz terms that come to my head, so to say, with this. It's probably the biggest thing would be to actually find a product market fit and then commit fully with the best possible team to tackle the problem you guys have started to tackle.
Okay, that sounds like a good formulation for me. Probably I have one last question coming back to Arctic 15. What are your expectations from this event?
Considering Arctic 15, we're looking to do an amazing pitch over there. we're having a funding round going on right now. So we're looking to raise 250,000 euros to speed up the development process and to keep up the level of service that we've been able to provide for our customers, because there's a lot of heat in the market at the moment, and we would really love to be able to keep up the service level as we've had it now, and to be able to serve even more customers, which is something that we've been kind of struggling along with right now. So contacts, amazing pitch, and preferably an investment from there.
Okay, on behalf of Tribecast, I wish you good luck with that. We'll keep our fingers crossed for you. And thank you very much for the interview. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
This was Tuukka Tovinen from Fabric AI, and this is all what I've got for you this week. Next Friday, there will be more cool interviews giving the voice to the representatives of startup ecosystem of Tampere. And for now, I wish you all a great relaxing weekend. My name is Marina, and you have been listening to the independent podcast on Startup Life called Tribecast. Stay warm and tuned.